From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Well, twilight is just about ending, and the days are getting longer, though. So today, our sunrise was at 7:35, and the sunset now at 5:20. The shortest day of the year had 5:13, but really the earliest sunset is really the first week in December at 5:09. But at least it's going to get a little bit more sunlight, even though it's going to get a lot colder. And meteorologist Aaron Reeves put this together for us. And so in January, we gain anywhere from about 35 to 37 minutes around the Tulsa area of extra daylight. Now, it's a lot more further north you go. You gain an hour once you get it up to around Bismarck. Why is that? Well, once again, it's the curvature of the earth, and so that makes the same effect as in the fall when it drops off so much faster to the north. Today's high temperatures, though, cold across the northern and central plains. Even the southeast was cold, and the southern United States cold. No place in the United States was really all that warm today. And what we're keeping our eyes on, you probably have noticed that if you've been watching our newscast, we're watching to the north, this zone up in here. Once we get 10, 20 below zero, that is some seriously cold air. And what we see coming up right now is a storm system is just to our south. That's not going to affect us, but we do have another system out to the west hitting the California coast now. They'll be in the desert southwest for tomorrow. And we're just going to have kind of a quiet day. Same thing will happen on Thursday, but by Friday, that system will be moving across the area with some rain. Possibly when the rain comes in, it could have some snowflakes, especially north and east of Tulsa and much of southeastern Kansas and Kansas. So that system is going to be pretty much moving on through. But by Monday, there's another storm system. This one's going to be a big rain maker, precipitation maker. And as it ends, there's a chance that the back north and west sides of this is going to have a streak of snow someplace in Kansas, northwestern Oklahoma, and maybe here. We're still a little too early to find out, but I can promise you it'll be cold on Tuesday if there's some snow flurries left. And you see that snow wrapped around. That low becomes more mature as it starts to move to the north and to the east. Overall, relatively speaking, we're talking about a couple of opportunities for a lot of precipitation. Not that we really need that this time of year. Friday's a high probability of drizzle, rain, and maybe a flake or so of snow, maybe when it starts, and then maybe when it ends again, especially if you're north and east of Tulsa. And then the one that could affect Tulsa a little bit more would be on Monday night into Tuesday, with rain chances pretty high by Monday as that part of the storm system comes on through. So two big storms in the not so distant future. One thing that's really happening, though, is how much colder. This is going to take us for the next 21 days, so 3 weeks out, and you can tell there's very few days that are at or above normal, and above normal right now doesn't mean a whole lot or normal because it's cold, 40s. It's going to be a lot colder than that on many days ahead. Tonight, it's going to be very chilly across the area, especially where we have clear skies north of Tulsa, 39, wind chills at 35. Dew points at 30, and that'll set us up tonight with temperatures that are now in the 30s to near 40. With that clearing sky later on, that some patchy dense fog could form in a few areas. Now, if that happens with temperatures near freezing, that's going to be the biggest problem for tonight that we're going to have to be watching. So tomorrow morning, if you're driving, especially in Kansas or some areas even here in eastern Oklahoma, watch for bridges and overpasses because that would be the most likely culprit. During the afternoon, no problems, 40s to low 50s. And similar story on Thursday, but here comes that next storm system. So by the time we get into Friday, there's a rain-snow mix possible on Friday morning. And then on Friday afternoon, just some drizzle, low clouds, winds come out of the north, kind of cold, wet, and a little less than exciting weather on into early Saturday morning. Then most of the weekend quiets down. So forecast looks like this. Tonight, partly cloudy, chilly. Temperature 38 in Tulsa. Now, if you're north of Tulsa, you'll be most likely near freezing by 9 o'clock. We'll be in the 20s in the morning, some fog. And again, if you're near fog, that means moisture, which means bridges and overpasses could be slick. And I know we haven't really had to deal with that this year, so don't let that go out of your mind and kind of forget about that because it is that time of year. That next second storm system is really kind of a doozy right now, so we'll see how that ends up. Mild to begin with and maybe snow to end it sometime Monday night or Tuesday, but that's a real January forecast for you.
Okay.
We're getting real.
We'll pay attention.
He said doozy and getting real, folks.
Wow.